This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Our goal with our videos is to empower you to be able to do the repairs on your own and save a whole lot of money and also get that great feeling of having fixed it by yourself. Today we have an LG washing machine that's leaking and water at the end of the cycle is showing up on the floor. And there's a few things you can check. A couple of these are really easy to fix. A couple of them are a little bit harder. First thing to check is to open up the door and check the glass, the surface, the inside of the glass that goes into the tub where it meets the rubber gasket. There may be a bunch of pet fur or dirt. By cleaning it, you may be able to get rid of the leak. So that's probably the easiest one, super fast and easy. This one is where you have a little piece of the rubber missing on the door gasket down at the bottom. And this requires that you replace the new door gasket. This can cause a pretty bad leak during the operation. The third one is a little bit less known. This one requires that you remove the top to take a look, which is pretty easy. Just unplug it. You're going to take out two screws, two Phillips head screws, the lower screw of these two on this side and the lower one on this side. And then once you get them out, you can just push back on the lid, the top part about 2 inches, and then you can lift it right off. It's pretty easy. A bit heavy, might want to use 2 hands to get that thing off. And then we're looking for this water valve here in the back. Again, make sure it's unplugged. Usually it's the red one here, which is the hot one for hot water. At the top of it, you may notice some water. Like if I tap it here, you may see a little bit of a drop of water smacking around. And this is a leaking inlet valve, and oftentimes it's on the hot side, this one on the left. So just replacing this will take care of it, and it's actually very easy to do. I'll leave a link at the end on where you can order it, but they're very inexpensive. Usually the water kind of pools up down here, and it leaks out on the side is most likely where you would see it, or maybe in the front. But it's usually a slow leak, easy to fix. So we pull off this electrical connector, turn the water all the way off by turning it 90 degrees to the way the hose runs. We're going to grab some pliers, and then we're going to do a lefty-loosey. We're going to loosen up this little metal nut here at the back that's holding this onto the washing machine. And then you can just take it off by hand. A little water will come out. And look, we can see that this filter on the back is actually pretty clogged. But we're going to be removing those 2 screws on the back with a Phillips head screwdriver. Right now, though, we're grabbing this hose clamp, spring clamp, or pulling it back, and we're going to grab this hose and twist it and pull. Maybe you're on there pretty tight, but give it a little twist. You can sometimes pry it back with a standard head screwdriver too. Twisting helps. We've got the hose off. And then we just got to remove those 2 Phillips head screws in the back. And once those are off, we can just pull this old fill valve off. And I'm not sure why it is that the hot side is more likely to leak, but I've seen it many times. And again, they're inexpensive, really easy to replace. So we got the new one in position, and now we're just going to put the Phillips head screws back in. There's the little screw. We're taking out the old one, and then we'll grab the new one. And that's where it was leaking, right there at the top. There's the old one. Here's a new one. We got it from Amazon. Got it pretty fast. And we're going to go ahead and put that in. Put the hose back on. We got the screws back in already to hold it. Putting the hose back on. And we're going to get the hose clamp, and we're going to pinch it and then push it back on. You got to make sure the hose clamp's all the way up toward the back of the washer as far as it'll go, and then let go, and that'll hold it really tight. Add the power supply again, just putting that modular connector on, and then we got to put the hose back on the back. Take your time here. Make sure that you get it on where this spins on very easily. If you have to do this with pliers, then it might be cross-threaded, like it's not going on correctly. You don't want to damage the thread. So it should be about 5 or 6 spins that are easy to do. I got the cold side off. I'm just going to clean up that filter real quick with a brush before I put it all back together. Seems like the water supply is kind of messed up. Looks good now. So I got the cold side back. I'm turning the water back on after I got the hoses on. And then I'll go ahead and put the top back on, put the screws back on the back to hold the top on, and we are done. And that gets rid of the leak. So hopefully this has been helpful to you and you get rid of your leak. Pretty easy to do. And thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel when you get a chance, and we'll send you a lot more repair videos. Thanks again.